Perry, it's over.
It's over?
Over.
They say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Well, that doesn't give much comfort to Perry, a college student struggling to cope in the aftermath of a breakup with his first love. In How I Spent My Summer Vacation, Perry, played by RonReaco, has been in a relationship with Stephanie, played by Deanna, for 2 years. But by the time we're introduced to both characters, their relationship is already over. Coming to us from separate locations, both characters recount how they met one another to an off-screen interviewer, and their stories differ dramatically.
I'll never forget. It was the first Friday of my sophomore college year.
It was a Tuesday.
And though Perry claims that their love was instantaneous, Stephanie's recollection is far less romantic.
I finally just gave him my number to get him out of my face.
This kind of brutal honesty permeates all throughout How I Spent My Summer Vacation.
Stephanie, can I ask you a question?
No.
This 74-minute romantic comedy, operating on a shoestring budget, delves into the messiness of young love. It's a film I often enjoyed watching on cable television in the late 1990s, but haven't revisited in 2 decades. So let's find out how this John Fisher film holds up all these years later.
Perry, I never want to see you again in my life.
How I Spent My Summer Vacation is a romantic comedy without any romance.
Okay.
In fact, when we deep dive into Perry and Stephanie's relationship, it's clear their foundation is full of cracks. They may love each other, but they allow immaturity to spoil their union.
You know, Perry, I'm really getting tired of your shit.
My shit? Stephanie, you the one that's always screaming.
Small problems fester, and when bigger issues arise, both parties retreat to stubborn patterns to win the argument. They separate in a huff, only to stare at the phone hours later, hoping the other person capitulates and calls. Perry and Stephanie appear to be opposites in some regard.
I am the first person in my family to go to college. I can't just call home when I want something.
Perry has had a relatively easy life, so when their relationship hits roadblocks, his instinct is to roll over in bed and fall asleep angry. Or nag his girlfriend over how to fill up her cereal bowl.
You trying to eat all the sugar bombs?
There's nuance in how writer and director John Fisher crafted this story, and RonReaco imbues Perry with an earnest charm and vulnerability. But Perry has flaws. It's his selfishness, in fact, that causes the demise of his relationship.
You know, bitches ain't shit.
It's also the catalyst for Perry's downward emotional spiral as well. Perry's breakup with Stephanie consumes him, and it's exacerbated by his own insecurities. He feels he'll never find another woman who will fully understand him.
Yeah, I told Stephanie things, man, I will never tell anyone else again.
But Perry is a massive work in progress. A more mature man would turn inward, attempting to work on himself in an effort to become a better boyfriend. But Perry seeks outward validation.
Do you think I'm attractive? I think you need help.
Constantly soliciting advice from friends and recklessly dating emotionally unavailable women in the wake of his breakup.
Perry, I have needs.
You have needs?
Yeah. Well, do you have a problem with me having a boyfriend or not?
This naturally causes more problems for Perry, leading him down a path of insufferable rumination.
So do you think me and Stephanie will get back together? Do you think she misses me?
It causes him to become less and less rational.
Hey, was that the phone, man? Hello?
Lord
Hello?
have mercy.
Even suggesting, or perhaps just secretly hoping, that Stephanie's male friend Nolan, played by Darren Law, is gay.
But he was always, making some fluorescent-ass watercolor painting or writing some poem about moral injustices, man.
It all doesn't make much sense, of course, and everyone around Perry knows it.
Perry, she told you it's over.
Stephanie is far from perfect, But she's a more self-assured character than Perry. She deeply cares for Perry, but their relationship valleys, including his past infidelity,
You son of a bitch.
have calloused her love for him. When their relationship ends,
Fine.
Stephanie is mature enough to extend an olive branch of friendship, but that level of growth is beyond Perry. As he says in the film, it's just
easier. And we just make a clean break and just go from there.
It takes several missteps by Perry to see the error of his ways. He contracts gonorrhea from a woman he barely knew.
You're special.
Perry also discovers how badly he misjudged Stephanie's friend Nolan.
Yeah, but Nolan, I thought you was...
No, I'm not gay.
And life gets put into a very clear and very funny perspective by his all-too-patient roommate Joseph, played by E. Roger Mitchell.
Get over it. Everybody has problems, but life goes on.
How I Spent My Summer Vacation is a film about love, loss, and renewal. Perry's journey sees him cycle through all 5 stages of grief, only to emerge on the other end a bit better than he started. Despite this film being a romantic comedy, there's no typical happy ending here.
Hold up. And that's a problem?
Instead, Perry and Stephanie mature independently of each other. Their 2-year relationship may be over, but they've ultimately become better people as a result of it. At the end of the film, Perry and Stephanie bump into one another at a local park. Their love remains, but the tide has shifted. After all, Perry has a new girlfriend, and Stephanie just ended her rebound relationship with Nolan. But first loves are a tricky thing, and life is a winding road. Perhaps someday, Perry and Stephanie will find their way back to one another.
Stranger things have happened.
Hey, my name is Michael, and thank you for watching my video essay on how I spent my summer vacation. I wrote, edited, and narrated this video essay, so hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that like button down below. This is my first video on this channel. This channel is going to be about movies and television. I have a lot more ideas for videos like this, so if you enjoyed this one, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you along for the journey. I had a lot of fun with this particular video essay. I think How I Spent My Summer Vacation is a great film. Really, really nice movie. Small, independent movie, but definitely worth the watch if you haven't seen it already. So please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you along for the journey. And once again, thank you very much for watching. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next video.